Do you ever wonder where we go after this? Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous?
Midweek check-in. Welcome to Modern Investing Techniques, episode 72 for June 10th, 2026. I'm Patrick, coming to you from Vancouver. Midweek. Let's reassess this week's positions and look for fresh setups. Quick reminder, everything we discuss here is for education and entertainment. The practice investment of the day uses simulated trades with no real money. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. Always do your own research before putting real money to work. Canadian investors holding energy or rate-sensitive holdings face direct pressure today as U.S. inflation hit a 3-year high on gas prices, coinciding with the Bank of Canada's expected hold. Markets opened mixed as U.S. CPI climbed 4.2% year over year, the highest since early 2023, driven by energy costs amid the Iran situation. The Bank of Canada is set to announce its rate decision this morning after turbulent data, with markets pricing in a hold. About 14 days ago, we picked TSM on AI-driven earnings visibility. It closed down 1%, underscoring how quickly geopolitical volatility can override sector momentum. The nearest central bank decisions are today's Bank of Canada announcement and the Fed's upcoming meeting, both with limited easing priced in. Earnings season is quiet while investors watch energy and healthcare leadership amid the inflation print. NASDAQ data is currently unavailable for direct alpha comparison this period. Sector leadership in obesity drugs shows how first-mover scale creates durable pricing power, even as competitors enter. Eli Lilly has maintained its edge through clinical data and manufacturing capacity, while rivals prepare launches, illustrating the value of tracking not just new entrants, but who already controls distribution and payor relationships. Investors can implement this by screening for companies with expanding insurance coverage and retail pharmacy partnerships, rather than chasing headline trial results. This approach worked best during the 2023 to 2025 GLP-1 ramp, when early leaders captured the majority of new prescriptions despite later competition. The risk is regulatory or safety setbacks that reset the entire class. Use Health Canada and FDA approval trackers, plus quarterly prescription data releases to time entries after confirmed payor wins, rather than at initial hype. This is a simulated trade for educational purposes only. No real money is involved. No new position open today as we watch E3 Lithium on the TSX Venture for a potential energy sector entry. The catalyst is a federal contribution agreement unlocking up to $36.5 million in non-repayable funding for the Clearwater project. We require volume above the 20-day average, plus price holding above recent support before any entry. Energy sector holdings have posted negative average alpha in recent trades, leaving the setup unconfirmed at low confidence. This pause demonstrates how to filter news-driven ideas using the exact criteria that have produced losses when ignored. Listeners learn to wait for the second confirming signal rather than reacting to headline funding announcements alone. Yesterday, we closed the NVO position, entered at $45.39 on Monday open, and exited at $43.75 on Friday close. The result was a 3.61% loss, or $36.13 on a $1,000 position. The healthcare catalyst produced a loss once broader market volatility increased without supporting volume. This is the exact scenario where our earlier rule about volume confirmation would have helped avoid the entry. The lesson is to require both a fundamental catalyst and a volume spike above the 20-day average before committing capital to healthcare launches. Canadian investors can set custom price and volume alerts on TSX and US listings directly inside the Wealthsimple Trade app, allowing notification when a watched name hits a specific level without constant screen time. This gives busy professionals an edge by automating the monitoring that institutions run through Bloomberg terminals, and the feature is available on the free tier with no additional cost. The interactive broker scanner lets users filter for stocks showing volume at least 150% above the 20-day average, alongside a fundamental catalyst flag. This directly addresses the repeated lesson that volume confirmation separates durable moves from fades, and it is available to all account holders at no extra fee beyond commissions. U.S. inflation rose to a 3-year high on spiking gas prices, pushing CPI to 4.2% year over year, the highest reading since early 2023. Energy costs were the primary driver behind the print. Core measures came in softer than the headline number. This raises the hurdle for near-term rate cuts. Defensive energy exposure receives support from the data. The situation coincides with ongoing developments around Iran. Source BNN Bloomberg.ca Business International 2026-0610 US. Inflation rises to a 3-year high on spiking gas prices, highlighting affordability challenges. The Bank of Canada decision lands today after mixed data. Markets are expecting a hold that would keep pressure on variable rate mortgages. Floating rate preferred shares would also face continued headwinds. The announcement follows turbulent recent economic releases. Canadian investors with rate-sensitive holdings are watching closely. The decision timing aligns with the U.S. inflation print. Holding CAD cash in TFSA settlement accounts remains the suggested stance until clarity emerges. Source BNN Bloomberg.ca Business Economics 2026-0610 Bank of Canada - set to make interest rate decision amid economic turbulence. LinkedIn launches new effort in push to capture business advertisers. The platform is building a dedicated marketing team. The target is an annualized US $100 million run rate. This signals continued ad spend migration toward professional networks. Microsoft investors may monitor for any follow-through above recent highs. The initiative reflects broader platform competition for enterprise budgets. No immediate position is recommended without price confirmation. Source BNN Bloomberg.ca Business Company-News 2026-0610 LinkedIn-launches-new IDF EFFTKE airspace bus INUS advertisers. The simulated portfolio now stands at 33 total trades with a 58% win rate, 19 wins, 11 losses, and 3 break-even outcomes. Cumulative profit and loss sits at $395, with an average return per trade of 1.2%. Cumulative alpha versus the NASDAQ across 26 benchmarked trades is positive 20.6%. And our AI analysis continues learning from volume and catalyst patterns to refine future filters. Imagine you added a 3% Bitcoin allocation to your TFSA last month when regulatory clarity improved. Bitcoin's 30-day correlation to the S&P 500 has averaged 0.35 over the past year, yet spiked above 0.70 during the April sell-off, showing the diversification benefit is conditional on stable macro conditions. The efficient frontier math supports a 1 to 5% allocation for most Canadian portfolios because it improves Sharpe ratio up to that point before volatility drag dominates. Canadian investors gain a clear edge by using BTCX or ETHX inside a TFSA, where gains are tax-free, avoiding the self-custody key loss risk that has wiped out holdings for retail users. Professionals always check on-chain exchange reserves and funding rates before sizing up. Data points most retail platforms hide behind simple price charts. The biggest mistake with crypto allocation is treating the 5% sleeve as a trading position instead of a permanent diversifier. So set a hard 5% cap and rebalance only on 50% moves in either direction. Before we wrap, open your brokerage app tomorrow and check whether any energy names triggered volume alerts overnight. That's it for today's Modern Investing Techniques. The resources page has links to everything we discussed. Subscribe and share with someone who wants to go beyond index funds. See you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at @Nara Network. Links in the show notes. And before you go, this show is part of the Nara Network, a family of daily podcasts covering tech, science, markets, and more. If you enjoyed today's episode, give Tesla Shorts Time a listen, your daily deep dive into everything Tesla. You can explore the whole lineup at naranetwork.com. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.
Do you ever wonder where we go after this? Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous? Do you ever stay awake, counting sheep like all the time? What's your life like? What's your purpose? When's your birthday? What's your sign? Are you down right now? Are you stuck up in the past? Are you still thinking about all the times that you didn't laugh?